Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create your own guestbook site using the software. Okay, so what you can do is you can make one guestbook site and you can attach it to your other sites, or you can make one guestbook site for every site you have. You're unlimited as to the number you can create. So it's very simple to use. All we're going to do first is the number of entries to display per page. So that's pretty straightforward. However many you put here will display on the first page, and then after that they'll overflow to the next pages. So I'm going to leave it at the default. You have an admin username. Put in here something more secure than user, something that you want, and your admin password. So those are for the admin area. Here the URL to your site's homepage. So if you have a guestbook hanging off of your main website, you'd put the URL to your main website here. I'm just going to put google.com. But for instance, if your site was modelcars.com and you're going to make a guestbook, you'd put the guestbook software in modelcars.com/guestbook. And then your homepage is actually the model cars site, so it'll be modelcars.com, and your guestbook site would be in the guestbook directory. And we'll show you that a little bit here. So order of entries, either oldest first or newest first, 0 or 1. Let's put newest first. Made a keyword, so this is just for search engines. You can either put them in or not. If you put them in, just separate them by commas. You made a description. For the search engines, again, either put it in or you don't have to. The title of your guestbook, so you can change this to whatever you want. And that's all there is to it. Now we click generate, and now we're going to save this to a directory on our computer. You can pick one that you already have out of here, or you can make a new folder and put it in there. Let's click OK. Now we can save our data so that we can use it again if we want, or we can just say no. If we click yes here, the data will be saved, and then we'll be able to do, up at file here, we'd be able to do an open, bring it back in and modify it. Let's say yes. Okay, so I'm going to call it save guest. So we'll save it here. Okay, so there we are. These are all the files that we need. Now all we have to do is upload these to our server. So let's open up FileZilla. Okay, so on my left side I've navigated to where the files are. The right side, I need to create a directory for my guestbook. So I'm going to call it guestbook. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just click one on the other side and then hit Control A, which will select all of them. Right click and upload, and it'll upload all your files into that directory. Okay, so now to bring it up, all we have to do is type in the URL /guestbook. Okay, so we'll just bring this up here. Okay, so here it is. Now you need to go back over here, and you need to roll to the bottom of this directory, and you'll see 2 text files. You need to go into these and just set the permissions to 777, and that is so that the delete function will work. So just these 2 that end in .txt. Click OK. Okay, so everything's good now. Now here's the guestbook. We can sign the guestbook. So let's put in a name. Email and home page are optional. You can either put them in or not as a guest. Okay, so google.com. We need a description here, so you can put in any description you want, as well as you can use the emoticons if you like, and then sign. Okay, so simple as that. People can sign our guestbook. Now the admin area, you can either go over here and you'll see IP logged. If you click on that, that takes you to the admin area, or you can just add gb_admin.php to the end of your URL and it'll bring you here. Okay, so we'll do user password. Okay, so in here we can see a little more information about it, IP address and the home page here. We can see the message. If we decide we don't like what they put in here, we can just click on any we want. If there were more, we can click on multiples and delete selected entries. And there we go. So let's go back to the home page. I'm just going to put another entry in here. Okay, now you see over here that says home. That is the home page we put in while we were using the software. So if we click on that, I put Google there, but this would be your home page. Okay, now one more thing I want to show you. In the directory where we save this, you'll see something here called embed code. This is so you can embed it in your site. For instance, if you wanted to create a WordPress page, all you have to do is create the page, and in here where it says URL to guestbook, just put the URL to where your guestbook is, and this is the home page, index.php. So let me just quickly show you. I'm going to take this, copy it. Now I'm going to go over to a blog. I'm going to create a new page here. Now just put something in the title. Don't put guestbook here if you use guestbook as your directory name, because if you have for your guestbook, because if you have your permalinks turned on, it's not going to work. So I'm going to say, I'll just say sign. Okay, now what you want to do is go over to where it says text here and make sure you're in text mode, paste this in, and then all you have to do is put the URL to your guestbook in there. So if I go back here, I can just copy it out of the browser bar up there, and then where it says HTTP here, I'm going to paste that in and leave the /index.php on the end. And then if you need to change the width or the height here, you can just change the number of pixels. Let's publish. Let's view the page. Okay, so there it is now, embedded on our page. So that's how easy it is to use the software to get a guestbook on your site.